Welcome to the CEN show, where we present the voice of the community. The Community Education Network.com is a platform to aid the effort of self and collective improvement. On Monday, June 14th, Professor Amin Ra and Joe Hembrick will host the podcast Conscious Corner. The topic will be Dreamland, the beginning, the burning of Black Wall Street. I'm looking forward to that one. That's going to be a good one. I am your host, Rasaki Maskani. Tonight's topic is body dysmorphia. All right. Tonight's guest is Malka B. Malka B is my youngest daughter, and she's going to tell us all about body dysmorphia. Malka B is the last of the Mohegans, and let me tell you that she's really doing well in school. She's doing things she should be at the house. I couldn't be more proud of my daughter. And we have another one on here too that's going to be coming up soon. That's Sister Nige. She's been on here before. But yeah, Malcolm's doing a great job. And I want her to keep up the good work. She's one of the top students at her school and just doing a good job. I'm proud of her. Proud Papa. All right. Good evening, Malcolm B. How are you? And tell us a little bit more about yourself, please.
Hi, I'm doing good, and I'm gonna say that I'm 17 years old, and my last day of school is tomorrow, and I'm happy about that.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. So we're going to get started with the topic here. Okay, Malcolm B. What is body dysmorphic disorder?
Body dysmorphia is a type of mental disorder involving obsessive focus on a perceived flaw in appearance. The flaw may be minor or imagined, but the person may spend hours a day trying to fix it. People with this disorder may frequently examine their appearance in a mirror, constantly compare their appearance with others.
Okay. You want to tell us anything else about it?
No.
Well, how did you come up with this topic? Because I asked you what you wanted to talk about.
Because
What motivated you to pick body dysmorphia?
it's something I'm familiar with.
Okay, so why are you familiar with it?
Because I know a lot of people who've had it, and I've also experienced it sometime in the um yeah, I experienced it.
Okay. So now when you experienced it, can you give like an example of how you experienced it?
Sometimes I would often look at myself in the mirror and not be okay with my appearance, and I'll always compare myself to other people. And yeah.
Okay, so you was looking at it. So now would you look at other people in your household, at school? And did you ever wish that you were looked some other type of way?
Yes, I would look at people like on social media and my friends at school and different girls at school, and I would compare myself to their bodies.
Okay, all right. So so what group does body dysmorphia affect the most?
The group that it affects the most is teenage girls.
Teenage girls, and you mentioned earlier about um, people that goes through this sort of disorder. So, uh, how many people you know personally in your age group that has that uh, that affect them?
Well, my best friend has experienced this also, and we've talked about it before.
So when you guys talk about it, like, what did you? How did you? I mean, what conclusions did you guys reach? Did you reach any conclusions about it?
Um, Not really. We just talked about it and what like who we compared ourselves to, and we uplifted each other during the process of talking.
Okay, so you was able to discuss it with her. Now, did you guys ever discuss any strategies to help you like kind of like get over it, or what?
No, not really. But we
Okay,
just got over it over time. We just started to have more positive thoughts about our body, and we learned to love it the way it is.
okay, that's good. That's good. So the next question is, do you know anyone who has it? I guess I just asked that, and so do you know who else do you know, and what did they do about it? If you do you know anybody else that actually has the disorder and did something about it,
No, but
other than your friend, the
but
one you
I
was talking
looked
about?
online. No, I don't know like anyone personally other than my best friend, but I looked online and I saw that a lot of people had it and their experiences with it.
Okay. So you think this is a common disorder amongst
Yes.
teenagers? Did you look at any statistics?
No, but I know it's very common because of the media and what society portrays us as women, how they're supposed to look.
So you saying there's a in media there's like a certain particular look that they put
Yeah,
out there.
they want you to be petite and they want you to have long hair. They want you to have certain facial features.
So yeah, there is a beauty paradigm that's presented to presented in the media a lot, and it I guess it psychologically messes with young girls' minds. So yeah, yeah. So now with this, what can be done? What can we do to help the situation? And what strategies have you came up with? And what can you what can we do to help young girls with this disorder?
You can uplift them and you can tell society to embrace your body and your face and always have self confidence no matter what.
Okay. So now we have a nice audience here, and I want to go around the panel, and I want to see if they have any questions for you, and then also offer their suggestions about body dysmorphia, because I'm pretty sure most people know about it. It's good that you brought this up because I've never heard the term, and that's a good thing for me, being the age I am and never heard of body dysmorphia and the disorder. So it's a good learning experience. Okay, Sister Aziza, do you have a question or
Yes,
comment or both?
I have a comment. I was gonna say I guess I could somewhat relate. I'm just gonna throw this out here because I was a few minutes late, but I'm gonna associate or correlate this with somewhat like fat shaming or whatever. I know I've always had a complex from an early age due to the fact that I was, bigger than most, children that was my age. So it kind of made me, like resent certain things about myself. But slowly but surely, as I got older, I just realized that I can't fit into the bubble, that society and media wants me to be in. Because I've never been petite, and I'm not striving to be petite. And even at this age that I am at, I still feel, some kind of way because I'm still bigger than, kind of like the average, person, for my height and my weight category. But at the end of the day, I learned to love myself. And if, people don't like it, then, oh well. I've been like this for almost 40 years. So, and I probably remain, this way. I wasn't meant to be petite, or small, or, underweight, malnutrition. So, but for those that are suffering from body dysmorphia, fat shaming, or just any kind of insecurity, I would say just keep moving forward. And it's not meant for everybody to be, uh, a magazine, the cover of a magazine that they display. I'm not familiar with many magazines, so forgive me, but just gotta keep your head up and love your own self and realize that you are beautiful. The way that you are, and beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So just because it's being portrayed or spotlighted a certain way doesn't mean that that's what, true natural beauty is. That's all I gotta say.
I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I always say that it's not how you look, it's how you are. You can't change the way you look, but you can improve your person and your personality. I appreciate that, Sister Aziza. Sister Nige, question, comment?
Um, I have a question
Okay.
for Malka. So do you think that social media influences body dysmorphia more than like just American media? Like, do you think social media makes it worse?
Yes, it does. A lot.
Okay.
So, so how does it? How is it different from the regular media?
Because all of these social media influencers have this certain look to them, and most young girls and young women want to look like that, and they start to question how they look.
Well, when it comes to social media, does people get on there and make comments about what's being portrayed, and that adds
Yes.
to it?
Yes.
Or give me an
They
example.
do. Like the Kardashians, I think. You know who the Kardashians are?
Yes, I do.
Kylie Jenner, they strive to look like her. They want to be like her just because she has this certain type of body and her face. But she got surgery, and everyone's now trying to do surgery to look like her because of body dysmorphia.
So I think that falls on the line of self-esteem, self-worth.
Self-esteem, self-confidence.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I also say something about
Go
that?
ahead. Yes.
Okay, so things have kind of gotten better a little bit now, but back when like I was in middle school, like in 2015 and early high school, like people would post pictures of like gorillas and stuff, and they would compare dark-skinned women to that.
Oh, also yes, colorism too is with body dysmorphia. Colorism, like saying that light-skinned women look better than dark-skinned women. That can be in the category of body dysmorphia too.
So you saying like going back to Sister Nige, the comparison to a gorilla is
Yes, and it would be Black men doing that the most.
Mm-hmm.
And that like had a very big impact on dark skinned women. Like my best friend was dark skinned and she like, well, yeah, she just was affected by that.
yeah, that's unfortunate. That's cruelty. Yeah, that's cruelty. Okay, well, I
Yeah.
appreciate. Okay, anything else? Sister Nige, anything else?
No, I don't think I have anything else to add right now.
Okay. Brother Mashenda?
Good evening, Malka.
Good evening.
I want to thank you for, sharing. I've never heard of that actually. I've heard of a lot of different terms, but body dysmorphia is not one of them. I thought when I first looked at it, I thought of dyslexia and dysgraphia, things related to learning disabilities, but dysmorphia, dealing with the body, that's very interesting. I can say, I just want to say that, as a young person, I'm referring to you, of course, continue to learn, continue, to be a leader, but learn who you are. You have a major contribution. Your friends have contributions. There's a system in place that makes a lot of money as it relates to marketing. And so they like to define what beauty is. And so therefore, once that becomes something, I guess, from a social media terminology, viral, it's kind of like that. Everything's viral when people try to take on personas and personalities of other people, trying to, be as close to them as possible, because this facade has been created in the world, that, hey, this is what we need to look like, which is, not true. Okay. So continue to research, knowledge of self, uh, listen to the Dr. Ra and Mr. Judd, Mr. Hembrick, in terms of, learning things about what's historically true. But again, I just want to say thank you for sharing that information. That's something that I will research more. And my thing is always love yourself and tell your friends to always love themselves, for who they are. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Brother California.
Hello. I don't really have much to say, but I'm glad to know that you actually sought out information and help for that which is offending you, and it affected you to a point that you did seek help. That's a wonderful thing to realize within yourself that something is affecting you, and then you can find someone to talk to. And I'm sure you went to your dad, and he was much help. Continue to seek help. Continue to always look into yourself and believe in yourself, no matter what society presents to us. Sure, he's told you the story of the Black man and the trials and tribulations. So hold on. It's not just women that go through it, it's men that go through it too, males and females. I myself went through a situation with my weight, but I wasn't knowledgeable enough to seek help, and I'm glad you did. But when I did go to seek help, you know, I was up in age. So I commend you on searching it out and having confidence in yourself, finding that confidence, and continue to have confidence in yourself and believe in yourself.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks, Brother California. Brother Doctor.
Oh yeah, I agree with what everyone else said. Brother Mashinda, Brother California, I didn't know the term myself. I knew the symptoms and the identity. I just never heard of the term. And it just amazes me, man. We get on, Rasaki on your regular show. We have the adults and we talk about everything that's going on, man. And we forget about the kids, man. And, all this viral stuff, all this media stuff, and how it affects the kids, man. And you said in one of your shows, you want to bring the kids on and show their point of view, and we forget, man, how tough it is for the kids. We get over it, but the kids are coming up behind us, man, and all this stuff affecting them, the stuff we talk about. But I'm glad she did the research, and like Brother California, she said, you got a strong family base, help you get through it. Now you got a strong website, to get through it, and hopefully she can pass the word on to her friends. They let this website go viral for people with issues that come on and can talk to scholars, elders, and other people the same age to get advice, man. So good job.
All right, thank you. All right, Professor Amin Ra.
Funny guy, appreciating what's been said, if I understand it correctly. It's a challenge for young people to try to escape the psychological oppression that causes these neurological and psychological issues amongst them as Black women, using sometimes white folks as a model of beauty and a model of attractiveness. Sometimes they forget the important things as character and maturity and a sense of just reality, because regardless of what world you're in, you're going to have to deal with reality. And so when you're in a sexist society that exploits women, and as someone said, even the men, because today you see an attractive woman, you got to ask her two things: do you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend? Because life has changed so much. But when you use your oppressor as a model of attractiveness, and your oppressor concept of what manhood is, what womanhood is, rather than drawing from your own cultural apparatus, that causes a lot of mental issues. Once you get into a sense of maturity, as you get older, and more responsibility, paying mortgages, paying rent, right? Now it's easy to worry about looks when you don't have a lot of responsibilities. And don't think that they don't put a premium on looks. Businesses like attractive women to be the receptionist, or men like to hire attractive women for sexual reasons, what they consider to be sexual. And, but at the same time, you want to be respected and loved and cared for because of the person you are, not how you look. That's why some women that are not attracted to you are married and happy. And some women that's more attractive can't get married because they don't have the personality or the skills or the desire to be married. And some just think it's all about just, their looks. Looks are important. You want to look neat and clean at all times. But looks is not the basis of your womanhood. Womanism is about maturity. It's about, you know, being able to cope with the ups and downs of life, not the ups and downs of looks. Because when you get to the point where you have more responsibilities other than your looks and yourself, those issues will solve themselves. I remember when I was a professor at school, people thought it was a fashion show, many of the young ladies. And they would wear heels, they'd be freshmen, they wore heels, they wore tight skirts and stuff, and they had to walk a long way to their class and all of that. By the time they were seniors, they was in tennis shoes, jeans, and you know, and they, you know, hey, I gotta get out of college. You understand? It's a different game out there. I understand those with those psychological issues when it comes to that body morphobia, however you pronounce it. I understand that. It's a challenge to try to have a body like Beyonce, but you can't sing. And it's a problem. When you use the media as your measurement of attractors, those are people that are there because they got to look skinny to be, so the camera, to be on TV. And like you say, they go through all type of anorexic type of things of not eating, constantly in the gym. And that's okay if you're gonna make a profession out of it. There's nothing wrong with that, but you got to be able to read, and you got to be able to speak clearly and things of that nature. As a Black woman, you're gonna have to deal with racism, discrimination. On that level, you're gonna have to deal with sexism and capitalism. And when you see the money that people spend trying to look beautiful, some of the young girls are spending $300 and $400 and $500 for hairdos, which is their right. If they got it, do it. But at the same time, when you look at it and you look in the mirror, is that really you? Is that what, you know, you don't want to look like your mama, you don't want to look like your grandmama, you don't want to look like, that's a different generation, different speed, I understand. But we, you know, I grew up, I wanted to look like Superfly, I wanted to look like Shaft. I heard that subliminal suggestion. I was just too lazy to lift weights to look like Mr. Universe, you know. And so, I mean, I wasn't gonna beat my body up to do that. But I mean, I admired cats that was buff and, you know, 6-pack, 8-packs. I like, you know, hey, brother, damn, you got it going on. But at the same time, when you got to raise children, you'll be telling your daughter, don't worry about how you look, you getting them books. When you got to raise your son, you want to tell him the same thing. You get a vocation or an education. Life will hit you a little later. It's easy to worry about looks when you ain't got nothing else to do. And it affects you when you're trying to look like something you ain't. How do you think you look wearing somebody else's hair with a bunch of paint, makeup, lipstick on, like you, people can see your mouth 10 miles away like a red light, and fingernails so long you can't even use the bathroom without a stick? I mean, that don't make no sense. Get into, as one brother said, your culture and your consciousness. And the best way to help people with that problem is to show your happiness with who you naturally are. And that will help some of them. Some of them, they're going to be into that phobia because that's where they at. And they're going to may turn to drugs, alcohol. You know, 70% of women will not even be asked to be married. An enormous amount of them are going to go through abortions. A enormous amount of them are going to have, some of them going to get to the point where they say, I just want to have a baby and I ain't going to put no pressure on the daddy to pay child support. I'll take care of it myself. As you get older, life changes. You know, it's good to have fun and try to look attractive while you're young, but we all change. Go back to when your daddy didn't have gray hair and gray beard. You understand? We get older. But the key is a young person to have a vision for the future. And the only thing I'm saying is if you want to make looking good a business and help others look what they think is good, selling hair, selling makeup, making people look the way they want to look and make them happy when they go out your business, that's one thing. That's a profession. I know plenty beauty salons and people that deal with dressing people and giving them, you know, making them look the way they want to look or where they think they look. But how you look on the inside will always trump how you look on the outside. And that's where your character, your kindness, and your maturity and facing reality. You know, you just look at how many young ladies with the long hair, anorexic body, dancing with at strip clubs and lap dancing because they didn't go to school or they didn't get another skill, or they just like it because they get good tips. I don't know. But the point is that your goals in life, as far as education and vocational attainment, should be more of a priority than your looks, so that when you do get older, you can buy your own car, pay your own rent, or buy your own house, open up your own business. But when you be spending thousands of dollars as teenagers to look like somebody you ain't, and it don't get you no further. It's like the man that took the woman home and she took the wig off and put it on the dressing. She took her fake hips off and put them on the dresser. Took her false breasts off and put them on the dresser. Take off her hair and put it on the dresser. And they said, well, what did you do after all of that? He said, I jumped on the dresser. Because that's where everything good is. You understand? So it's a struggle. It's a struggle, I know, because subliminal seduction and the television would drive you mad if you let it. But you look at that for entertainment, not for being a role model, especially the actresses, and they're acting. You see them walking down the street without their makeup, without their wardrobe, they look just as like an everyday person. And ain't nothing wrong with trying to look beautiful and go to the beach and get woos and ahs and stares and gazi and geezis and all of that. But there's another thing to go to college and come out with a doctorate degree or PhD or something like that and meet people on your level that understand that, you know, you always want to look neat, clean, and attractive naturally and take care of your natural look. It's hard to tell people with this problem that, because once you get addicted to that mental state that you're talking about, once you have suffering from that, and a lot of people do because it's a group thing, it's millions of young men and women try to look like what they see on television or what they see that they think that they should look like other than their mothers and fathers that produced them. It's a challenge. So the conflict is deep, and you're right. And I'm glad you're looking into it. And I hope you go on to school and become a psychologist and psychiatrist and start treating people with this problem. Because you're going through it, and you know the inferiorities and the hurts and the shame and the depressions and the turning to drugs and alcohol that some people do because they don't think they look the way they want to look, when everybody's beautiful. Everybody, I don't care, naturally beautiful. Everybody on this earth, even those with physical issues, because beauty is deeply in the inside and in the personality. And then how much you love and respect yourself. That's about it, Regan. I mean, Rashid.
I appreciate that, Professor Amin Ra. And I want to add to that. Another thing is also being as healthy as you can be physically, as far as your nutrition. Yeah, that was beautiful. And also, Professor Ra, she wants to go to Long Beach State. She has one more year in high school. She want to go to Long Beach State. So,
but she got to go and get that ACT out the way and start applying now. And they should be taking community college classes.
well,
In the evening.
Well, I know
They're free.
She had some AP courses, and some of the colleges take those courses. Yeah, she had AP and honors, so she's working on that.
Well, I just want to say that you as a parent, and the fact that she is looking at this as a problem solves the problem in many ways. Because the problem is when people don't know they got a problem. When you know you got a problem, you can work on solving it. And when you have a mental issue that, like worrying about looks, you can come out of it if you know it's a problem, especially if it's causing you emotional distress or any other form of psychological aggravation or issues. But at the same time, you can get past it. And then I just, whatever goals are in life, there's no greater role in life than that to help others and to serve others, especially if you can get paid for it. Like a psychologist and psychiatrist. It takes a little while to go to school and get those degrees. The good doctor know that, and Shinga know that, and I'm pretty sure Azizi know that, and the people from California know that. We will never be young again. You will never be this age again. And you should enjoy and go to the places you enjoy. Be safe, be conscious, be mature though. And be wise. And don't let the jet set get you where fun is more important than you preparing to get old and preparing to be a mother or father or an adult. A lot of self-responsibility going to seep in. And those issues that you have now are going to seep away as you get older. Because no matter how attractive you look young, you hope you can look attractive when you get old. But sometimes you be on a cane, your knees go out if you're dancing all the time and partying all the time. Wrinkles set in, gray set in. It's going to be that. And you're going to say, damn, this happened real fast. You understand? And if you put more time into trying to look good than trying to be good and accomplish goals and achievements, sometimes same wig you wear at 16, you're gonna have at 26. You know, and you don't want that. You know. That's about it.
All right, I appreciate it. All right, Malka B, any last words before we part ways?
Thanks everybody for the comments. It really gave me some guidance.
You're welcome. You're welcome, and keep up the good work. I'm glad you brought up this topic for us
Yeah, it's
to
great. It was a great topic.
learn about body dysmorphia. That was very enlightening. I'm proud of you. Keep up the good work. I'm proud of the panel. Keep up the good work. I appreciate everybody. Next week, we're going to have Brother Thomas back on. And the topic is 10 rules when being stopped by law enforcement. The brutal past, tragic present, and questionable future of policing in America. So that should be a good one. And so.
And I'm gonna ask everybody to come in on that Tulsa. Dreamland, the burning of Black Wall Street, is not a dream for some people, it's a nightmare. Second, you know, you want to learn about it so that it don't happen again, but in many ways it's still happening. So we'll discuss that. We're gonna have some in-depthness as far as the lessons learned from not only Tulsa, but Rosewood, Allenworth, and many other towns. They had over 50 Black towns in Oklahoma, not just Tulsa. Wall Street, that wasn't a town, that was just a street of blocks, 30 blocks. But they had some serious Black towns that were destroyed. And it wasn't a dream, it wasn't about they burned Black Wall Street, they burned the people. It was genocide, homicide. And if Jews can still put Nazis on trial at 100 years old, we ought to be able to find some of those that were part of the Oklahoma bombing and put them on trial. Murder has no statute of limitation.
That's the Conscious Corner on Monday with Professor Amara and Joe Hembrick. Yes, we're going to check it out. All right. Well, each one teach one, and have a good evening.
All right, bro.